I wanted to create a short video to knock out two concepts. One is the suspended chord and the other is the sixth chord. Suspended chords are the following. So you got your normal, suspended chords are really, they're sort of based off the major chords. So you've got like your A major triad. Your normal A major triad has a 1, a 3, and a 5. Pardon me. One, 3, and a 5. And what suspend means is that they, like, in a suspended chord, you take away the 3 and you move it to either the 4 or the 2. And so A sus 2 means you don't play the 3 and instead you play the 2. A sus 4 means you don't play the 3, instead you play the 4. Okay, so A sus 2 is actually a kind of a specialty kind of triad. And so is A sus 4. So the reason they're called suspended is because if you play these chords, like go sit at a piano and play, so what are these notes? So A sus 2 is A, B, oops, and E. A, D, E. All right. Go sit at a piano and play these notes and play them in exactly this order. So like you're going to put your thumb on A, you're going to put your index finger on D, you're going to put your third or middle finger on E. A, D, E. And you're going to just have this weird feeling that this D, it wants to go here. It feels suspended and like it wants to fall in onto sort of like the C sharp that feels more like home. So especially like play the A major triad and right after that then play the A suspended triad, and then you're going to really feel the pull. That D really wants to go back to C sharp. The fourth note of the scale is very unstable. It's actually the fourth note and the seventh note are the two most unstable notes in the entire major scale. And that's because they're the only ones that are half steps. So the 4 wants to go back to 3, the 7 wants to go up to 1. And 2 is like sort of on the unstable range as well. It would like to go to the 1 or to the 3, but it's not as unstable as the 4 because it's kind of like nicely isolated on this little island. It's a whole step back to 1, it's a whole step to 3, whereas for the 4 it's a half step to 3, and whereas for the 7 it's a half step to 1. So anyway, you've got a very strong suspension in this A sus 4 chord. That pulls really strong. And the A sus 2 chord, that feels kind of, like it wants to go somewhere too. So you're going to see this every once in a while on some chord charts. Like you'll see A sus 4, you'll see A sus 2. That is what that means. So, and I guess we could do just another quick example. Like if you were to see, whoops, didn't mean to do that. If you were to see, for instance, D sus 2 or D sus 4, then you would be playing not A, B, E, and not A, D, E. You would be playing the 1 of D is D, E, and A. And you would be playing, for the D sus 4, you'd be playing D, G, and A. Okay, now here's a really fascinating point. A sus 4 has the notes A, D, and E. D sus 2 also has the notes A, D, and E. So does D sus 2 want for E to go to F sharp, which is 3 of D, or does D sus 2 want for this D to go down to the C sharp to complete the A major triad? I hope that made sense. Like for instance, the A, like let's do it like this. So D major triad would be D, F sharp, A. And the A major triad would be A, C, C sharp, and E. So interesting. The same clustering of notes, and my question was, where does this does the E want to be pulled to F sharp, or does the D want to be pulled to C sharp? And that just depends. It depends. Is this set of notes A, D, and E, is it functioning as a D sus2 or is it functioning as an A sus4? Now that's one of those things that music theory buffs just will say annoyingly, and then they'll walk away swirling their martini. But it is true, and your ear is going to be the thing that you're going to trust to tell you the answer to that. So if you're like, here's the real exercise for you: go sit at a piano. In your left hand, play an A in the bass note, and then play these notes A, D, E in your right hand. And then you're going to feel the pull for this D to go to C sharp. Why? Because the A in your left hand, like pretend that A is way down here on the left. The A in your left hand is going to center these notes around the sort of the tonal home of A. Whereas if you were to play the same notes A, D, and E, but you were to play them with a D all the way in your left hand in the bass, then you're clustering these notes around kind of like a home base or like a bedrock of D. And that D-ness that's coming from down low is going to make this D and this A feel like it's in the context of D major, and then this E is going to want to go to F sharp. Try that as an exercise and you'll see what I'm talking about. So suspensions are really cool. It's a form of tension and release, like suspending a note and then dropping it back down to where it wants to go. That is one of the things that just makes music nice to listen to. So that is suspended chords. All right, now let's get rid of suspended chords for a minute. And let's talk about 6th chords. So this is an even simpler concept. Basically, sometimes you're going to see a chord symbol. It's going to look like this: AM6 for A minor 6, or just A6. And you're going to say, well, what do I play? The answer is they just want you to play an A minor triad, in this case, A minor 6, and they also want you to add the 6th note. Okay? And so that's it. An A minor 6 has 4 notes, and it has A, C, E, and F sharp because those are the 1, flat 3, 5, and 6. A major 6, same deal, and you're going to play the 6. So F sharp. That's it. So play this too. Play an A in your left hand to anchor yourself into sort of the tonal center of A. And then with your right hand, play this chord, A, C, E, F sharp, and then play this chord and just get a sense for how that feels like. It kind of feels, to me, this kind of major 6 chord, it feels a little fluffy. I don't know why, that's what it feels like to me. And see if you can come up with your own descriptor for what the A minor 6 sounds like. Then do your best to transpose the 6 chords into, how about we go into the key of C. So what are C minor 6 and C major 6? What are those notes? And I bet that you could figure that out. But just to give you a little bit of help, I'm going to set this up for you right here. So you can pause the video. Here's your C major scale, and here's the C minor 6, and here are the C major 6. You tell me what notes go here, and then play them for yourself.